Happy Friday, beautiful souls. This is Shamama Hunting Owl with a new message for us for this week. I want to start by always thanking everyone for subscribing, liking, and sharing both the videos here on YouTube as well as my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter daily card reads. Thank you. I also want to thank everyone who has been generous and kind enough to donate to the channel and to what I do here, so thank you all. And also I want to thank everyone who has reached out for readings, sessions, healings, or just to share their stories with me. It's always wonderful to hear from you guys, so I love you all. And happy almost New Year, and happy super moon, super full moon coming in Cancer on Monday, you guys. We have a lot of things happening, and I did do kind of a little bit of a different reading for today. So let me just talk about, just for a couple minutes, what's going on right now with everybody, because we're in this period, like it's almost like we're in this valley between the mountains right now with the energy. We're just coming out of Christmas where the energy's been super, super high. Lots going on, lots of things happening in people's lives. And this week between Christmas and New Year's has kind of like brought us back down into this whoosh, almost like time isn't real. This kind of almost uneasy, unsure, unsettled feeling. Super tired. And we're going to be coming out of that now as we approach the new year and the super full moon in Cancer. Super full moon in Cancer, or super moon, super moon, it's a full moon in Cancer, is all really about a very watery energy. Cancer is about emotions, nurturing, compassion. It's very motherly. It's very warm and fuzzy, but yet, as we know, with a mother, a mother can also be motherly and nurturing, but also kind of hit you hard in helping you find the direction that you're supposed to be going with. And I kind of feel that this is what's going to be happening this week. You know, the full moon is always about releasing, okay? We are gearing up, you know, and I hate to use the word expectations, but so many of us have these huge expectations of 2018. And maybe expectations is the wrong word, or maybe we should change the word from expectations to we know what we have been promised. We are faithful to the things that we have seen and that we have been told and guided to that the new year is going to bring. So let's not even call those expectations, but some people are holding them as expectations. So they're feeling this tremendous amount of pressure. So many in this lull period that we're having right now are feeling stuck. We know a significant push for the divine feminine, especially right now, is toward mission. And toward a transition. For those of us who have been in mission, we have feeling that it's time to have a transition in what we're doing, almost pushing us toward what our mission is going to be with our union once we're in union, or, you know, with our twin, starting to build that structure. And the problem or the issue that people are having is because the energy is in this kind of weird lull right now. There's all this expectation, all this pressure to start the new year and really charge ahead onto new and greater things. But many of us are feeling stuck. Many of us are feeling very unsure as to where or how this transition or transformation is going to take place. And this is where we're at right now with this kind of energy. So we're feeling this increase, this huge increase in intensity, pushing like a pressure behind it. And yet we're still feeling stuck. So it's like the pressure is building, and what's going to happen is the pressure is just going to build enough that feeling stuck is just going to and like shoot us off into the right direction. Know that God, Spirit, Source, the universe is not going to allow you to miss a step at this point. you know, I shared in the past where, you know, how I came to be Shamama, and how, you know, God kept knocking at the door telling me I needed to make YouTube videos. And for 6 weeks I ignored the knock, the knock, the knock, until it got louder and louder and louder, and he just broke down the fucking door, and there was no more turning my back. So it's kind of going to be the same thing for this transition with our missions. We're going to be in that same type of energy where, you know, it's going to keep getting pointed out to you, pointed out to you, pointed out to you. It's going to come into your signs, into your synchronicities more and more and more and more, until you can't miss it. So I don't want people to panic. I don't want people to worry if you're still feeling unclear about how your mission is supposed to change, or what you're supposed to do. Don't think about it. Turn your brain off. Don't worry about it. Just allow the divine to guide you where you need to be, because you will be guided. So I also want to say that in this past couple weeks, like the last 2 weeks really, and this is going to play kind of into the reading, that there has been, you know, it's almost like this, the end of that Mercury retrograde, where it ended a few days ago, I guess, or something like that. And now we're still in that tail end, that post-shadow period. That shit is still coming up for people. I know for me, ex-boyfriends have come knocking, and all kinds of weird shit, and karmic just friendships have come to an abrupt halt. Really, people's masks are being taken off and really shown for their own parts, my own parts, their own parts. Like, things have been made very, very clear, and I've been able to, me personally, been able to like shed and clear just a lot of little shit that's had to go. But we're also clearing for the collective. And a big part of the exhaustion that we are feeling is because our 5D, our souls, our 5D beings that we are, have been working overtime to help raise the vibration of the collective. When we took down the barriers and the walls between all the waves, we were all on an equal playing field. It is imperative at this point in time, as the new year approaches, as we come into this full moon, that the collective be at a certain level, a certain frequency, a certain vibration. And we are working overtime to raise us all to that level right now. So that's some of the exhaustion that's going on. That's some of the clearing that's going on. All of these residual little pieces of just stupid shit that's been in our way is just going. We're also feeling the impending, and I don't want to say doom because that's too harsh of a word, but this impending energy that is coming into the divine masculine at this time. You know, it is time for the divine masculine to rise now. The divine feminine has spent this whole year doing her healing and her work and rising to become complete, the queen, the goddess, authentic self. The masculine's turn is now. The masculine is being shaken, is being rocked, and again, it doesn't look anything like the feminine's journey and how we went about it. It's on a completely different level, completely different experience, but it's happening. And part of what we're feeling is the masculine's tower energy of them knowing that their worlds are going to change. Like, they're feeling it. They're feeling the pressure just the way everybody else is, that shit's got to change. And so part of what we're doing is we're holding space for the masculine. We're giving them the room for their expansion to occur. And some of that energy, a portion of that energy, is what the divine feminine is feeling in this anxiety state, in this exhaustion state, in this sort of melancholy, like not really sad, but not really happy. Melancholy is the best word that I can use to describe it. It's just kind of like this, laissez-faire kind of state, like we know something's coming, but we're not sure how to feel about it. And for so many of the divine feminine, there is so much excitement in behind this new year coming, because of all the promises, and promises I mean by divine promises, that we are faithful in knowing are going to be delivered in this year. But with the excitement comes the definite anxiety, the worry, the expectations. So where we're at is we need to really step into a place of being able to deflect those energies in healthy ways. The divine feminine has done so much work, okay? This year we have achieved just such amazing growth as a whole, that we don't do things the way we did before. We are broken out of the old templates, the old behaviors. We are secure in a new place of understanding and awareness for ourselves and for the world around us. So we're being reminded that as things come up, and I want to kind of call them 3D practice runs. So, because that's kind of what it is. We're being put through these situations and these experiences, these life experiences that are practice runs to show us the areas as to how well we're doing and where we still may need some work. Because we can always improve. We can always improve. We're never going to clear. I mean, I don't think we'll ever be healed completely. I don't know. Maybe we will. But there's always going to be something that we need to work on. And that is where the feminine is needing to focus her energy, is on using your new skills and holding your space and your ground solid through all of these practice runs that we are going through, because all of these practice runs are bringing us closer and closer to our unions with our twins. Every time we have a successful experience with something that in the past would have tripped us up, that moves us one step forward. So know that these are truly like trial runs, like time trials, it feels like, or practice runs. That's the word they have been giving me for a couple days now, is just these practice runs. Like, we're running through these motions to see how far we've gotten, to see how ready we are to be in union. Okay, so I think I talked about all the stuff I want to talk about. I want to get to the cards now. And I used, what did I use? I used the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. I used the Energy Oracle. And then I used the Flower of Life cards. Okay? And this is a very, very simple, basic reading. All I asked was what the underlying energy is, and what we need to focus on, and what it all means, what it is that we are going to be releasing and working on. So, we're going to start with the underlying energy, okay, which is the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles in this picture talks about, obviously, the physical world. The Pentacles are about the 3D physical world. But to me, this card is really talking about making arrangements. Like, this couple is seeking counsel from this man on this bench outside a cathedral, something that took, cathedrals take, like, how many years to build, right? I mean, tons and tons of time. And that's what we've been doing. We've been building our structure. We've been building our cathedral. And we are now at a place where we are just looking toward the divine for our next steps. We are seeking the higher counsel in the physical world. We are truly just waiting. We are waiting for all the things in our world, in our physical world, to come together. We are waiting for the direction, in a sense, of what is next. I mean, this is a very spiritually guided card in the sense that this couple is seeking higher counsel, okay? It's almost like we have entered into this agreement and we are being advised on our agreement and what our next steps are in, again, the physical world. So the next card that came out, I asked about what it is we need to be doing right now. And this is so simple, you guys. I mean, it can't be more simple. Rest and rejuvenation, and which is a 19, which is a 10, which is a 1, which is the beginning. Take the time. Everything that is coming up right now is a new start. It's a reset. The new year is a reset. The full moon is a release, which is resetting everything, new beginnings. So take this time. Take this time to rest and rejuvenate. And the other card we got with this, which is a 22, which is a 4, which is the stable foundation, but it's also the number of the divine masculine, is the yin yang card. And with resting and rejuvenation, we need to maintain our balance. We need to be in a place of yin yang energy. This also is speaking to me about the world, you know, reminding me of the world card, where everything in our world is coming into balance. But we have to rest. We have to take this time to really focus on connecting to our spiritual guidance, listening, you know, to the answers that are being given to us, really listening, seeking that higher counsel. So the next card I got with this yin yang and rest and rejuvenation is the goddess of the moon. And here, lo and behold, here you go. Here's our full moon coming up, you guys. And to me, this is truly, we need to surrender and release to the moon, this beautiful super moon, full moon on Monday. We need to release 3 things that came up, okay? We need to release, the first thing is the door to value, okay, which is a 4, which again is a stable foundation. We need to release our worries about our mission and about our money and about our finances, okay? We need to release this. You know, if any of you do the manifest moon, I talked about, I think, which was the new moon, which was 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, I talked about doing abundance checks. We write out our abundance checks on the new moon, but we burn them and offer them up on the full moon. So I'm feeling like, you know, this is part of what we need to offer up. I mean, this goddess is literally offering up to the moon. She's offering her concerns, her fears about money and finances. Okay, she is allowing that door to open. She's releasing it and surrendering it completely to the divine. We also are being called to release our attachments, okay? Attachments to anything or anyone that are binding us, that are holding us back, okay? We need to take off any masks that are left, okay? This is the change card. Okay, this is a big change for many of us, is to release those final attachments to anything outside of ourselves, okay? Other than the divine, okay? But the divine is in us, okay? So it is ourself. So it's anything that we have been holding on to that has been holding us down. Like, she could, you know, she's trying to let go of that mask, okay? She's, you know, she's letting go of the mask. She took it off, but yet she's still chained. She's still chained to the stool or the table or whatever the heck that is. In order to receive, in order for us to properly manifest what we need in our lives, we must release attachment to those things. It's a surrender. It's a letting go. It's not a giving up, but it's definitely a letting go and knowing that everything will be as it is supposed to be, as God has promised, as Source has promised, if we let the stronghold on that thing or person go. Now, the last thing that came up, and this is kind of interesting, guys, is the deceit card. Okay, and this is deceit, and this guy's got some money in his hands, and he's looking rather sinister and evil. And the message I got with the deceit card is that there's going to be continued karmic releasing going on. There's going to be, especially in the physical world, okay? So the money is the physical world again. It's like the pentacles. And it's saying that there is going to be more karmic bullshit come up that needs to let go. People, situations, some of them around business, concerning business or money. But for the most part, it's part of this attachment card. It's like once we take off our masks, we can see other people and see past their masks. So everything that has been sort of like a, and I hate saying a dark energy around us, but a deceitful energy around us, or an unhealthy energy around us, we are going to be able to see through in the light of this super moon. This super moon is going to show us, it's going to illuminate the darkness, the deceit, the unhealthy attachments, and allow us to completely surrender. And that's a lot. Okay, so this isn't just going to be like smooth and easy, you guys. There's a lot of energy attached to this. That's why I said I kept feeling the tower energy surrounding all of this, and knowing that it's time for the rest of the stuff to fall away. We don't need it anymore. We are confident and secure in our own truth, and knowing that we have to trust ourselves. We have to completely trust ourselves, you guys. So know that as you're being guided exactly where you need to go. And allow it to happen. Just allow it to happen. Keep your hearts open and allow it to happen. Now, the last card I got was from the Flower of Life deck. And let's see, and I am going to read this to you guys. It is this beautiful card. That's the picture. Okay. And the card is about agreements. Okay. And it says, imagine for a moment that we are all connected, all different streams of consciousness originating from one source, experiencing and playing upon this physical earth plane in all its shadow and light to develop, grow, and become more. The shadow and light cause tension and resistance, but also allow us to see our ideas, thoughts, and creations manifest into the physical. In order for us to create more and be pioneers, creating unfolding newness for the sheer joy of it. It would seem reasonable that in our connectedness, we would sense anything out of balance. The natural order of the universe has all things moving back into balance in whatever way possible. We often call this an agreement, a contract, or karma, but you can see these labels may not be what you think they are, for all is just moving back into balance and into love. So whether your attention goes to your family, friends, work, colleagues, someone you bump into, someone you observe, someone you admire, or someone you dislike, we are all in a contract, an agreement with each other to remind us of the love that we are. Okay, so what I really love about that, you guys, I mean, I love the whole thing, but what I really love about that is it talks about bringing natural order back into balance. Back into balance, okay? This new year, okay, is us hitting that reset, knowing that as we are now all of one unity consciousness on one level playing field, that the universe, God, source, is bringing us back into balance. He is correcting our paths. He is showing us, you know, it's like almost like picking us up if we've kind of missed the track a little bit and moving us back to where we need to be. This is the reset. We are all getting a new start with this new year. And with that, you know, things are going to come up. These agreements are like our soul contracts. That's why it's so important for us to release these attachments and get past the deceit and all of these things. It's like we need to, and are being guided and pushed under tremendous pressure to move past all of these things that are holding us back, that are keeping us out of balance. And in us being put back into balance by the heavens, by the divine, we are going to be able to be back on our track. And we are going to be able to move forward in again, the energy, the most amazing quick ways. Stuff is going to continue to happen very quickly, you guys, because we are doing the work. And the quicker we're doing the work, the quicker they're allowing us to do more work. So know that and trust in that. And I think that's about all I wanted to say and share with you guys. So I do want to wish all of you an amazing, amazing, happy fucking New Year, you guys. I am sending so much kisses and loves and hugs to you all. You know, it would be really cool if at midnight, because a lot of us aren't going to be with our twins. A lot of you, us people, everybody aren't going to be with our twins on New Year's. You know what would be really cool is if we all, at midnight, kind of gave ourselves and our collective just this huge New Year's hug and kiss, and literally energetically set that as an intention and a goal for midnight for all of us on New Year's Eve, wherever you are around the world. Let's make that our goal. Let's make that sort of a beautiful intention to set, to send us all off into the new year with such beautiful, great, tremendous amount of love from all of us to each other. Anyway, all right, guys. So anybody wanting sessions, I will be back to work on Wednesday. Anybody who, you know, chooses to donate, the information is under the video. And again, please subscribe and follow the Daily Cards on Facebook. It'll help you keep up with the energies, you guys. So I'm sending you all so much love and light. Oh, so much gratitude and blessings, beautiful souls. I love you guys so much. I will see you next year. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye-bye.